to BizChicks TV. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run that profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. I'm here with my friend and colleagues, Dr. Tachi, all the way from Florida, Francine, all the way from California. I'm Terralina, and welcome to Tech Life Weekly with the BizChicks. Hey guys, what's going on this week?
Well, it's all going good so far. We're still here on the planet.
Yes.
Praise God for that. Okay, I'm in agreement with you guys about that. I say it's all good. And you know what? It's like I tell my friends, it's a blessing to be seen and not viewed. So here we are, guys. Oh my gosh. But you know, we always like to get started with this week in tech history. So what do you have for us, Fran?
All right. So I'm going to talk about tech history like we always do, but I found some things about some Blacks in tech history that I will begin to incorporate into my stories. So let's talk about some Black innovators who have been central to every major shift in technology, starting with Lewis Howard Latimer. He was born in 1848. He died in 1928. And in 1881, 1881, in 1881, he had patent number 247,097 for an improved carbon filament that made Edison's light bulb commercially viable.
You see?
Go ahead, Dr. Tachi.
No, I said, you see, that Edison basically had the glass bulb. It was the filament that made it burn. So that's completely Lewis Latimer.
And the impact was that it advanced electric lighting and communication infrastructure. Now we're going to talk about Annie J. Easley. She was born in 1933, passed away in 2011. In 1955, she joined NACA, later called NASA, as a mathematician and programmer. She wrote code for the Centaur rocket and early hybrid fuel projects, pioneering computer-driven aerospace engineering. Next, we have she wrote code. Yeah. Next, we have Mark E. Dean. He was born in 1957, and in 1981, he co-invented the IBM PC, 3 of the original 9 patents. And in 1999, he led the IBM team that built the first 1 gigahertz microprocessor. And this brought personal computing to scale and accelerated processor performance. And next we have Lanny Smoot, born in 1955. In 1978 to 1982, he was with Bell Labs, and he's known for fiber optic and video on demand research. And in the 2000s to the 2020s, he was Disney Imagineering, and he has 100 plus patents in interactive media, hologram, and entertainment tech. His impact expanded human-computer interaction and immersive experiences. Now for some more tech history. In 1957, November 3rd, Sputnik 2 was launched, and it sent Laika into orbit. The Soviet Union sent Laika into orbit, proving sustained space flight and sparking of decades of computing, telemetry, and materials innovation. So that was interesting. In November 3rd, 1936, BBC television broadcast begins. The world's first regular the world's first high definition TV service started from Alexandra Palace, London, and it was a foundation for global broadcast media.
Mm.
November 4th, 1952, UNIVAC 1 predicts the US election. CBS used UNIVAC, which is a computer, to project Eisenhower's win, launching the era of data analytics and computational forecasting.
Mm.
Yeah, and I'm like, no wonder
I didn't know that.
yeah, Dr. Tachi, that is probably why
Oops.
their thing skews older.
Yeah,
Mm.
you're correct.
In 1952, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I've been out there a minute.
Quite a while.
So November 6, 1980, Microsoft and IBM signs an OS contract. Microsoft agreed to supply DOS for IBM's PC, shifting dominance from hardware to software and defining the personal computer revolution. November 6, 1995, 3D FX Voodoo graphics card is released. It's the first consumer 3D accelerator card, and it transformed gaming visualization and laid groundwork for modern CPUs powering AI. November 7th, 1960, JOS operating system is launched, one of the first time-sharing systems enabled interactive computing, setting the path to personal and cloud interfaces. And now for some tech that is making history this year or this week. Microsoft and Times Iran, it's a $9.7 billion AI computing deal. And it expands global access to NVIDIA GB300 accelerators through Australian data centers, intensifying the AI infrastructure race. OpenAI and AWS, there's a $38 billion partnership, the largest cloud AI agreement to date, aligning two industry leaders to control training and deployment capacity worldwide. Google withdraws Gemma, the Gemma AI model. Following false outputs, the model was pulled, illustrating growing scrutiny over AI safety and hallucination risk. Apparently, it had reported that someone had had an assault, and it was not a true statement. And so they pulled that model.
Wow.
Yeah. DO.
I wonder how they're going to keep up with that. But go ahead, Fran.
Well, I think they need to figure that out.
Absolutely.
DOE quantum funding, $125 million, was give the U.S. Department of Energy backs Brookhaven's C2QA Quantum Center to advance quantum hardware and algorithm design. And that's for 2025 to 2030. I got questions, but that will start a whole rabbit fox trail.
You know, we like rabbit holes, but okay.
Lots of them. I was like, well, hold on a minute. Okay. Market impact. NASDAQ and S&P rose on the AI optimism, demonstrating how innovation and capital markets move together. And that is your week in tech history and tech making history.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we ain't got no money. Why are we? Okay.
Well, like you said, that's a whole nother story. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Well, I guess that I'm the rabbit hole person, so I guess I better go next. uh, because I think I have something that's going to be very interesting.
Oh,
Are
we like
you
interesting.
are you aware of the fact that one of the lawmakers in Ohio, in the state of Ohio, here in the United States of America, has not filed a suit. He has, what would you call it? Put into play an opportunity to pass a law that people will not be able to marry their AI partner and that these partners are not human. Let me read the article. Okay, because I know. Okay. It's over here on USA Today, and it's talking about artificial intelligence has given us so much to consider and debate. How do these powerful machines think, create art? Should they be trusted to make decisions? Do we actually want AI in every loop? One thing we should be able to agree on, though, is that AI systems are not actually people. And yet, bringing this AI to life is one of Silicon Valley's primary goals. Like our counterparts around the nation, Ohio lawmakers are weighing what should be done in the name of humanity. And let me tell you why. Uh, there's been a push by these AI companies to push the limits of AI development, probing the possibilities of self aware machines that can act in accordance with their own thoughts, emotions, and motives. So, AI consciousness is a serious consideration in Silicon Valley as far as the CEOs are concerned. However, lawmakers are a little concerned about this because people want to do things like uh, have these AIs declare CEOs of companies, so now they can't be sued because the machine really is not an individual. They can inherit things. They will be able to, um, for instance, pull the plug on a spouse and have the insurance go to the AI, which is owned by a company and there's just a lot of legal rabbit holes that seem to be coming up as a result of all of this. So here's the problem. There's been a study that nearly one-third of American adults have admitted to having an intimate romantic relationship with an AI chatbot. Indeed, Google search for feelings for AI and fell in love with AI have seen more than 100% spikes in recent months. I know, because see, to us it just sounds ridiculous. Okay, where does that leave American society, especially since the most important institution we have is the family? There is much that we do not know, nor does big tech, but there is real cause for concern. Fortunately, there are some elected officials left in the federal, state, and local level who are not waiting around for AI to gain more and more power over mankind. Instead, they are holding big tech accountable and scrutinizing those who may not have the best interest of humanity in mind. The bill, okay, for example, Ohio State Representative Thaddeus J. Claggett, who recently introduced House Bill 469. The bill, now referred to as the Ohio House Technology and Innovation Committee, would declare AI systems non-sentient and prohibit them from obtaining legal personhood in the state. In other words, this proposal would prohibit AI systems from rights and privileges afforded to human beings, including, are you ready for this? Owning property, serving in corporate leadership roles, being held criminally liable, or even marrying humans with the goal of preventing the misuse of AI across sectors and clarifying the liability associated with such technology. It almost feels ridiculous that the bill is even necessary, but AI has brought about situations we never thought would be possible. As AI capabilities continue to improve exponentially, the human level of artificial general intelligence is just closer to reality. We live in a world where the impossible could be possible. Should I run for office or vote? One decade ago, befriending a digital companion was barely a possibility, let alone engaging in romantic relationships. Yet, in the world that some in Silicon Valley are trying to build, AI could decide to pull the plug on its terminally ill spouse because it would have power of attorney or whatever. AI could hire and fire human workers, deciding their economic fate. This, AI could theoretically start a company, earn billions of dollars, and then contribute to AI candidates for political office, ensuring AI political dominance in Ohio or even nationally. This is just crazy. Okay, now, so Claggett feels that now is the time to fight back against the rise of machines before these AI systems gain too much influence. If we do not pursue policies like HB 469 and similar proposals in other states, we could very well see AIs with the right to marry, enter contracts, or vote. At this rate, is it unreasonable to think we could see people arguing for self-defense rights for robots or robots' right to be a surrogate for human beings? Hey, I love humanity too much to sit idly by, and I'm not alone. Supported by state policymakers across America, there's now a growing AI awareness movement that educates the public about the implications of advanced technology and advocates for effective safeguards that protect different segments of society, from vulnerable teenagers and concerned parents to workers who feel displacement. The article just goes on. I think I've said enough to stimulate conversation. Um, the Ohio lawmaker says our voices will not be silenced in Ohio or anywhere else. We must ensure human agency and accountability in the development and use of AI systems. AIs are simply not people, not now, not ever. Okay. All right. Thoughts? Okay, rabbit hole 62.
You can't see my face. Oh, or you can. Just imagine a scowl instead of the smile.
Who thought that it would go this far? That it would even be necessary.
I did.
Yeah,
Well,
I can see this. I can see this because if we look now, people are getting very attached to AI in terms of forming relationships with using these chat bots and forming their own Tyrones
and girlfriends,
forming their own Tyrones and Lakeishas, and just running with it. And that's due to this. I think it would have happened anyway, but a large part of this also had to do with the fact that we had a global pandemic for a long time that lessened human interaction. And so I think so many people are starved for interaction, and some people just never successfully made the transition back to humanity, if that makes any sense. So I think part of that is the reason that we're seeing this. So it would have happened anyway. Believe me, the way you see people with these dolls and inanimate objects as trying to marry, this happened.
So dolls,
yes, and actually having relationships. There, I saw one where somebody had like several. I was like, something is definitely wrong. But okay, fine. So we know there's a propensity to try and start relationships with inanimate objects, right? Or these dolls. So why would it not now carry over to beings that can actually answer you back, right?
Yeah.
Why would that not happen?
But Carolina, I think you brought us a story about this because the dolls, about either dolls or robots or something that
Yeah,
people were.
robots that they were
And they were
using for
having the relationship.
girlfriends a couple of years ago. Yeah.
But
But
here we are.
this right here, like you could just create your chat bot and it becomes registered as a person, and you get to marry it and leave stuff to it. It gets to own property. Come on.
The beginning of the robot apocalypse. It owns everything.
And what scared me was the possibility of the bot starting a business, having billions of dollars, and because our law is now so open to who can contribute to a campaign, they can run.
Listen, we live in bizarro world, and we're gonna be there for a while until we get some government that's gonna do some stuff. So we live in bizarro world, and this is a part of it. So
is iRobot any worse than what we have now? I'll take
iRobot. The movie with Robin Williams that I always talk about, where he was a robot and a scientist, and all of that stuff is coming true. The Tom Cruise movie with the what was he, the detective, and he was running around and the computers was tracking him. I forgot the name of the movie. All of those things are happening.
Humans, the series Humans.
Yes. Remember the TV show where they were tracking criminals? It was Taraji P. Henson and somebody, I forgot.
Yes.
We're doing that. We're tracking face stuff. So
that's true. Facial recognition.
Yes, facial recognition. It was a TV show about, she was a detective, and they were looking at people that were going to commit crimes and murders, and they stopped it. I forgot the name of the show. It was real popular.
Person of interest. It's person of
interest. That's it.
That's it.
Oh my gosh. Well, here we go. So now we need some kind of statute that says these things are not people. And it is a real possibility, because think about what happened when they started talking about what a human being is and isn't, and fetus, and the point of conception.
That debate. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So words matter.
Yeah, we're going to put something in there about you have to be organic and all, organic.
And it may have to go further than that, because who knows how they're going to integrate organisms with.
Well, again, this is going to be the government. And right now, we don't have that kind of platform safety net. We can't even feed people, so we're not even there yet. So I'm not even going to think about that until we get a stable government. We have to get stable government first, and nothing is going to happen until then. So
okay, I am applauding Ohio, which you probably wouldn't have thought that they would have been the ones that said, hey.
Yeah, it's going to be state by state. It's going to be, every state is going to have different legislation for this type of thing, until
it really should be at a global level.
Yeah, I was going to say it needs to be, somebody needs to have a global.
We're not there yet.
So here we are. Okay, so that's what I have for you today. I was going to talk about Coca-Cola and their.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Coca-Cola has a new
AI commercial,
and people are in an uproar because they used AI, and they're saying the wheels to show their trucks running through going down.
It's a commercial. Is it roads. Real life? Is it really, people? It's a commercial. Is it real life?
You know what I mean? Isn't that serious? And
I remember when Terlina showed us that story of the journalist. Remember the journalist talking head? It was all AI. So that's it.
Yes.
That was it.
And had they, if somebody had leaked it or whatever, nobody would have known that it was AI. No. And do we care? It's a Coke.
Exactly.
It's animated. It's not real people.
We use animation all the time.
It's not real people. It's like animals and the Coca-Cola bear and all the.
Okay, so this is like Disney stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
It's-
what it is.
Okay, so speaking of that, because I don't know if Dr. Tachi is going to talk about this probably, but I was going to mention it.
Go ahead.
You are? Okay, so I'm not going to.
Wait, about Coke or what? Sorry.
No. About the AI. Oh, shoot. I just had my segue and I forgot. Oh,
Sorry.
about the real people.
Mhm.
It was something you said that led me into this about the AI artist that she wrote a song. She's a poet. She wrote a song with Suno, Suno, and it's an AI avatar, a black woman. And
Yes.
Did you have that for your?
I had it for last week, but I didn't talk about it. So
So
I wasn't going to talk about it, but we can.
She was on not Gayle King. She was on CBS Mornings, and Gayle King interviewed her about the AI avatar that is this popular on the Billboard charts. It's AI generated video. I forgot the lady's name. I forgot the artist's name. But it's the song. She showed the process of how she makes the song. She goes into Suno and makes the song.
Right.
But she writes the lyrics. She doesn't sing it. The AI thing, the Suno thing sings it, and there's an uproar about that.
Okay, so then we should have been paying Millie, whatever.
Millie Vanilli.
Yeah, they need to come back and get some royalties because they used AI for back in the day.
You know, my thing is this. I understand when we're talking about opportunities and quote AI taking opportunities, which I really don't think is a thing. It's a thing if you make it a thing. But how is this different? You just brought up Milli Vanilli. How is this different from Daft Punk? How is this different from Gorillaz, who are cartoons who you never see? How is this different from Kirk Franklin? That man never sings. He does, and everybody else sings.
Right.
How is this different from the producer who doesn't really sing, but does come up with the ideas and has other people execute it? How is this fundamentally different, except that it is a machine? I'll wait.
Right. Okay, so this is who gets the royalties from this?
The lady who wrote the lyrics.
So let's look at this. So this is AI artist Zania Monet.
Zania Monet. Is it Zania or Zania?
Yeah. I'm not sure. It was pronounced by Gayle in the piece in the CBS thing. I wasn't paying attention to that, but this is the AI artist.
Okay.
Who is backed by a black woman. I forgot her name. She's Mississippi or somewhere. And what it is that she got a $3 million record deal. Not the AI artist, the real person.
Okay.
Because she wrote the song.
Composer. The composer.
She's the songwriter. She's
the
songwriter, but she used Suno to make the song. But she has the skill because she made the song.
And she gets paid.
Yes. So
is there a question about whether or not she should be paid?
People are upset because this is an AI artist. They thinking the artist got that the AI gets the money. No, she got the record deal. She signed the record deal, but that was the avatar that she used.
So is it
you really have to watch the You really have to
so does Sona want to be paid? What's the story here?
No.
She paid her $10 a month for Suno. Sure.
The same way you're saying about the Coke commercial. Yeah, that's the outrage. Because she didn't.
Don't buy the music. I mean, just like don't watch the commercial. I mean,
they're saying that she shouldn't. That this artist should not be charting. This artist should not be getting $3 million.
Okay, but here's something. Maybe the song is good.
It is good
enough for somebody to pay her.
It doesn't sound like junk.
The record, whoever is paying her, thought the words were good enough for her to get paid.
Exactly.
So with their money.
So may I share
to hear it? I want you guys to hear it. So let me bring up the CBS Morning News. I'm gonna play a little bit of it.
Okay.
Just a little.
Okay. Like what?
Let me start it from.
So what you're seeing right now is a real video with real actors, but everything in the song except for the lyrics was made with artificial intelligence. Yep. It is a premiere of the music video for How Was I Supposed to Know by Zanaya Monet. She is the first known AI artist to debut on a Billboard radio airplay chart. She's on several charts now. The rise of AI-generated music is a very controversial topic, but whether you love it or you hate it, it does appear to be staying. First on CBS Mornings, we're talking with the real-life woman behind Zanaya Monet. She comes from a small town in Mississippi.
I want that back in the day kind of vibe. When love ain't live streamed, it was felt inside. No,
that voice has been heard by millions.
just loyalty and
But the singer Zanaya Monet is a product of artificial intelligence,
business.
and her creator is 31-year-old Talisha Jones. I was really looking forward to meeting you because a lot of people are saying, who is this girl? Who is she? Because for so many people, they think she's not real. She doesn't exist. Why did you want to come and reveal yourself in this way?
I wanted to reveal myself because I wanted people to know there was a real person behind Zanaya, that there's real emotion and soul put into those lyrics.
Jones, who also goes by the name Nikki, isn't a singer.
This is Zanaya.
Zanaya Monet began as an avatar she created while teaching herself AI just 4 months ago.
Don't treat me like a plane you ain't sure about.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the link so everybody can watch it. But
Okay. I say she need to get paid because everybody else on the planet could put together an AI actress and all that other stuff, and people will may go for it. Remember, was it last week, Dr. Tachi, where the people were in an uproar because the models they were using were the models
AI created.
They were up, yes, and she looks more natural than the ones we saw.
Absolutely.
She looks
Go
like
ahead.
her originator. Go ahead, Doc.
It looks like her. It looks like her.
It
So
does.
she created that avatar, and it's essentially like an alter ego for her. She can't sing, but this one can sing. And I actually talked about this 2 media scopes ago about the whole thing, and we had this whole conversation about what people thought about that, and most people were okay with it. There's a real person behind it. You know what, this is not different. I keep going back to this whole thing. How is this different than faceless YouTube channels? It's not, and they're still able to monetize. This is not different from anything else that has been created where they're monetizing it. And it makes me wonder if part of the reason, obviously people are leery of AI, and that is part of the reason that they're vilifying it. But of course, wherever there is melanated people, there's also controversy. Would the objections be as loud if she were not a Black woman? Just saying. I mean, and this is where we are.
Yeah, point.
This is where we are. I don't think that's the problem in totality, but in addition to it, because I think there's also a jealousy there where it's like, well, why is she the one making $3 million and it's not me? Because you didn't create things. You didn't.
Go ahead.
She studied and figured out how to do it because that imagery is on point. I was like,
it's 4 months. She took herself, sat down and said, I'm going to make this not for, I'm going to get a record deal. Just, it's AI tools. Let me play around. Like you said, she came along with this. Now, the video in the beginning of that CBS Morning piece, those were real people. Like she made a video. That's after the fact. The people in the car, and it was something, whatever the song is. That's not AI. The only thing that's AI is the music and the avatar. Everything else is real people. Everything else. She got a record deal, or I don't know if it was a record deal or a songwriting deal or whatever. She has a deal with Hollywood music something like that, and
I
they
would
said
not
it's
be
multi-million-dollar.
I would not be surprised if she gets a Grammy. The music does sound good. Okay,
does.
so when
Oh,
people,
it's not going to happen this year.
well,
Or, I
Not
mean,
this
for the-
year,
for the
no,
next-
not
the
this
next-
year,
no,
but it will.
but
It's not even going to happen for the next time because the industry is still up in arms about AI and AI
yes,
music.
but okay, so what about people who've been sampling music and getting stuff? It is
Well,
come on.
that's exactly the point. There was a big uproar in the beginning about hip hop artists sampling as well. Oh,
Yeah.
you're really not making it, you're sampling the thing. Where the thing is that it is still art. You are still remixing it to make something different.
Right.
And so I think that's okay. So
Right.
this argument rears its stupid head every so often whenever there is a new development in
Artist.
technology.
Mhm.
This just happens to be the thing now. We'll get
Right.
over it.
Exactly. So that's the outrage is okay. What if she had done it in Suno, but sang her voice and didn't didn't use the AI avatar like her? Because she looks great to me. I don't know why she
She's
didn't.
pretty,
But like she
but
said,
she's
she
not.
can't
She
sing.
says she's not a singer, so she
Right.
evidently she used a voice,
Right.
And
a synthetic
okay, so
voice.
she didn't
Not
have
right. I said,
to-
what if she was a singer, and what if she just used the Suno tool, the AI tool?
For the avatar.
It wouldn't have been a problem. It's because
Well,
of
It would have been a problem.
Somebody
Right.
has, just like the commercial for the Coca-Cola. You know, somebody's going to say something. You know,
Right. That's why I brought this up. I was like, it's the same kind of thing. Listen, it's either for you or not. We're in a world where everything is coming up. Everything is being dug up. Everything is turning over. Everything is AI integrated. So you
and at least we know who to write the check to. I mean, it's not like these people marrying their AI avatar.
it's a lot of what
Exactly.
Dr. Taji said about being jealous of I'm gonna say it,
Yeah.
being jealous of a
Jealousy.
black woman.
Yeah.
That's a part of it. That's not all of the issue, but that is a part of it. So
It definitely is a part of it. Whenever someone is, people can never be happy for other
For
people.
other people, just
Genuinely
be happy for them.
Just
it's
be
not for
happy that-
you.
Exactly.
It's not for
And-
you. Leave it.
And the reason I said that there's an aspect of jealousy there, well, not just jealousy, but that discriminatory spirit there is because whenever just look at all the platforms we have now. Maybe there were some intellectual property squabbles between parties, but does anybody ever really go after they don't deserve to have this? That
No,
never happened.
And the copyright trademark issue you're talking about with AI is just getting solved with the I think it was G.R.R. Martin and the other authors who sued ChatGPT. I think
Yes.
that's settled.
Yes.
And what was the outcome? It was about how much they get paid. That was it. And I said that in the beginning. It's
Yes.
going to be how much does the original creator get paid? That's all that's going to come out of this, and that's what's happening.
Exactly.
It's not stopping it. Not stopping it. It's just I wrote this song. I'm the originator. I'm Picasso. I'm this. I'm that. You used my copyrighted work to train your model. Cut me a check. That was it.
And I agree with that. If you're using someone else's
Yeah, I
likeness to train, yes,
Right.
absolutely.
But there's a subset of people that they think that lawsuit was going to stop AI. We're going to stop AI. We're going to stop. They wrote. Remember that letter?
Yeah,
November 20.
they wrote
Remember
the
that
letter,
letter?
basically like, we're not gonna take it.
Sign this letter and stop AI.
Yes. So
What
but
happened?
it's okay. It's
What
the
happened?
people that are complaining about Zania Monet. Those are the same people that are sharing a child-sized box of cornflakes, complaining instead of actually doing something.
Those are the
And
people
mad because they
that
don't
are
have a
making
full-size
those stupid AI videos.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
Do
my
something
God.
useful.
Yes,
They're
and
mad
she
'cause they
did
didn't hit.
something useful.
The man
took-
didn't get hit. They didn't hit like she hit it.
Right.
Sorry,
Exactly.
I congratulate her. Why? Because this is it. You can make the song and everything, but you gotta have a market. People gotta
Yes.
buy into it. People gotta want it, and there's a market for it. Obviously,
So
for her
hey,
song.
Fred's in the house. Hey, Fred.
Hey, Fred.
Okay, so here's the thing. she took the tools and took the time to learn how to use the tool. All the people complaining are lazy and did not want to learn how to use the tool.
How did engineers and people make songs before the AI tools? How do they make it? You go in the studio, there's a soundboard, there's an engineer, they move the levels, the person goes in and sings over the mic. That has now been condensed in the Suno tool.
Okay, because I like history, right? So here's the thing. The people were up in arms when there wasn't an orchestra playing everything.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Remember that? Okay, we're gonna take it way back in history when they used to go to the movies and the sound was an orchestra pit. A real orchestra was in the pit while you watched the movie and they played the songs. What happened to that?
Guess who doesn't want sound on film? That's when you had the ability to put sound on film. The reason you had to do that was because film was silent initially, and there was no way to add an audio track to film. So then they developed film where you would be able to also incorporate an audio track on the side of the celluloid. And now, so guess who was all up in arms? I'm sure the orchestras, because they had no work.
Yes, and all the little piano players in all the different theaters.
Yes.
Does it sound right? Does it sound real?
It's better with me. Of course it is.
Better with real people.
So the player piano was out. What happened with that? Go ahead.
But the real people learned how to play it, and so it got recorded and to be added to the celluloid.
Yeah. So what did they do with the process of orchestra pit? The orchestra pit literally moved into the sound studio when they because you've seen the making of the movie, and they they're in the sound studio and they record them playing while they watch the movie, or the conductor, Star Wars and this and that. They're in a sound stage recording the track. That gets added, like Dr. Talk, that gets added to the movie. Who got mad with that? The orchestra still played. They moved from the theater of the pit. The orchestra, you sit in orchestra. And a lot of you go to Broadway and different shows, there's an orchestra section. A lot of people don't know what that is. They just go, it's an orchestra section. No, that's where the orchestra used to sit. Okay. That's where it's at. But we moved them from the technology of they got to be right in front of the pit, and the conductor, to moving the orchestra inside the studio, recording with the digital tools of the time, adding it to the movie and sending the movie off to the movie theaters. It's an evolution. So here we are. I think what Dr. Todd said is correct, that they got mad because of that element. They're mad because she got 3 million. They're mad because she's self-taught. They're mad because these tools are available to anybody. How come I can do that? How come I can't get a 3 million? Well, you can. If you did what she did, she sat down for 4 months and learned
worked on it.
And this is AI. Back in the day, that was AI. Putting recording onto the movie is AI. I understand people are thinking robots, but we have had so many incidents of AI moving the filament light, the filament going to the light bulb. Every advancement it's not okay. We ain't got people climbing a pole with a candle, lighting the candlestick.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I said that AI you need the person with the talent or the knowledge or the skill. It doesn't work without that person. You can, but you're making junk. You're making slop, and nobody wants that. Anybody wants slop when they go to the restaurant and they give you a plate of, you're going to be like, what the heck is this? Bring me the filet mignon, because that's what I came in for. Not this stuff so it's always going to be that people are going to want quality and value for their money and time. And this is where we are. So
Fred has a good point here. Everyone go ahead.
No, go ahead, Terry.
Everyone using the music tools may not know actual music. That's the problem. Most people don't have the talent that AI has copied. Okay. However, those persons who are writing lyrics and asking AI to put it to the tune that they are singing it in, it makes sense to me. It's just like if I write a song, I may go to a composer and he composes the music. I mean, and then somebody else sings it. What's the difference?
Yes. So that's the thing, that AI doesn't copy. It's AI is simply pattern recognition. The computers we on are pattern recognition. Everything goes down to a 1 and a 0. That's how computers started. A 1 and a 0. It's still a 1 and a 0, but the computing factor of how fast it does it, that's the part that we don't see. So AI is a pattern recognition, and it gives you a pattern recognition on command by your prompt.
Okay.
You say, give me XYZ, it goes and matches real quick and brings it back. That's not a copy. It's taking that's why there's a LLM. It had to be trained on a set of data.
Right.
Real data by real people,
right. They and one of the ways is that it showed how they trained it. This is a cat. Showed it a picture of a cat, and then a different picture. This is a cat, and another picture kept showing the
cats,
machine.
the lions, the mountain lions,
right,
showing them different. And pretty soon, when you said, "Now what is this?" That's a cat. It's because they were trained that way.
Yes,
like this is a A. This is a A note, B note, C. Every good boy does fine.
Example. If I wanted to write a book about Steve Jobs, what would I do? I would, before AI, I would go and research wherever the details of Steve Jobs has been recorded in history, libraries, articles. That could take a long time. It has taken years for people to write biographies. I can do it now by asking a tool to get that information because it's already been recorded in history. It's not making it up.
Correct.
Now, I could just use it to research and I still write the book. So instead of it taking me 3 years, it takes me a couple of months or whatever the process of how in-depth I want to go into the biography of that person. That's what it's doing. It's cutting that time out. Do you remember a few years ago, there was an IBM what was the IBM machine that did the medical research?
Watson?
Like it would take, it would take like a team of research interns, medical students to go through each book, but the computer did it faster because it can think faster. That's what it is. It's not copying.
It's accessing.
Not a copy. It's a pattern recognition to match your command. It's simple programming.
Okay, so, Fred has a question here. The difference is the composer gets paid. The AI copy pattern has taken from a composer. Does the composer AI has been trained by get paid?
We just had the lawsuit from, I just mentioned it, that all the the writers, they're getting their check. Yes, they're getting paid.
And it says here, the tool
they're getting paid. That was the whole process of the group of authors suing. I forgot who they sued because I didn't look at the details. They sued because the LLM used their copyrighted books. So now they have to pay. They got a check. It doesn't stop you from using the LLM. And that's the process that I'm talking about. You cannot.
So Fred's comment is the tool came from somebody. Where's the credit? In writing papers in school, we always had to give the credit. So Perplexity and ChatGPT now,
sources.
They cite sources. Yeah. In every time it comes up.
Oh yeah.
It has. You can click on the link and it takes you to a source.
And I said from day one it was going to be about a safety
net too. That's a good thing for, if you're researching something, you want to know, where'd you get this information, right? I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
It is now sourcing or telling you where it came from.
Okay, so I say we close this rabbit hole and pass the baton to TJ.
Okay.
If you want to
come up again.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I said nothing will come up again.
If you want to know about the chat, it's actually he sued OpenAI ChatGPT, and I believe it came up last week or this week that it's been settled, and it's about money. How much did George R.R. Martin, J.R. what's the lady who wrote the Harry Potter?
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling. Name your artist. Name your author. They are getting a check.
As well they should.
And they should. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm saying that the idea that people thought this was going to stop. This is going to stop it. This is going to stop the AI. This is the New York Times blocks their robots, the robots from accessing the New York Times website. This is going to stop AI. That's what people really thought was going to happen. And I said they were just going to get a check. And if I'm George R.R. Martin, I want a check. You used it. The horse is out of the barn. Give me my money. Who said you want a check? Beyonce. Somebody said, "Give me my money." That's all it was. So I'm just saying that people have the idea that this was going to stop.
So Fred says, "I am copywriting AI prompts I created as we speak."
You should.
And yeah, because when you create the Chat GPTs or the gems, you can put them out for public use, or you can get paid for somebody to use them. If
you can
want to, they didn't want to create their own.
Right. So this is a rolling snowball that's going down the hill and getting bigger.
Yep.
Getting bigger. So but what I'm saying is that people think that this is copying or whatever. It is simple pattern recognition. It has to learn from a set of data. The data is Picasso. The data is Rembrandt. The data is George R.R. Martin. The data is who wrote the Oprah's podcast, your podcast. It depends on how they allow access to that data, and it's all there. So,
and if you don't want, I can't speak for Gemini and the rest of them, but ChatGPT, if you don't want the model trained on your stuff, you go into data control and you turn off for it to.
Yes, there's going to be little things to turn off. And here's another thing: Anthropic had to pay $1.5 billion to settle their lawsuit because author Andrea Bartz, she sued Anthropic, so now they have to pay.
Right.
Anthropic has to pay. OpenAI whoever decides to go and sue. It's all in the court. So.
And what I found out was, to use some of them, you had to check a box and say that you're going to allow it to
use your stuff.
Use your stuff. And I was like, hold on, maybe I don't want you using my stuff. So, and there means I don't use that tool if I can't turn off.
Yes, that's the thing with Meta. I think Meta is using your DMs. There was something about, I think I mentioned that a few weeks ago. They're using your DM conversations to train their Meta AI.
Yep.
So okay, well, Fred's got a point here. Don't put all your business in the streets. How many times have you heard?
I agree with that.
Your business in the street. Business is data. The street is
how many times has a celebrity or someone tweeted something or posted something on social media and was like, oops, and they took it down in a second, but like 100 people screenshot it so it lives forever? This is where we are.
Alrighty.
Okay, so social media news this week. Let's talk about Snapchat, because here we go. We can't get away from AI. Snapchat will include an AI search tool. Perplexity is to pay Snap $400 million to power the search engine in Snapchat. Snapchat users will be able to use the app as an AI search tool. So Snap has signed a deal to integrate Perplexity's AI search engine directly within Snapchat. As part of the deal, it's the $400 million in cash and equity. This deal gives Perplexity exposure to more than 940 million Snapchat users who will get answers from its AI engine when they ask questions in Snap's My AI chat box. They have a chat bot within Snapchat, but I think it's behind the paywall of Snapchat Plus. So you have to pay the fee to get access to that. Here's the quote from Snap. Perplexity's AI-powered answer engine will let Snapchatters ask questions and get clear conversational answers drawn from verifiable sources, all within Snapchat. Now, the company planned to roll out the Perplexity search engine in early 2026. A Perplexity spokesperson told, this is from Business Insider, that user data from Snapchat will not be used for training its AI. So they are not, Perplexity is not going to use the conversations within Snapchat to train their LLMs. So
Okay.
there
That's
you go.
good.
People are making their individual deals of, we know our Snapchat know their users, and their base is 13 to 25 or 30 or whatever, and they're like, they know what their users are going to put up with, and they put those things into the deal. All right, so moving on to TikTok. TikTok announces the first award show in the US. So they have announced that they're launching its first ever TikTok award show, and it will include Creator of the Year, Video of the Year, Muse of the Year, Breakthrough Artist of the Year, and more. The event will feature a red carpet, live performances, and a live audience of hundreds of creators. This is TikTok's words. The award show will take place on December 18th at the Hollywood Palladium in LA and will be live streamed on the TikTok app and on Tubi. The show will be able to stream on demand on Tubi the following day. Users will be able to vote for their favorite creators on a new portal on TikTok that is launching on the 18th. So it's probably like the People's Choice Awards or whatever the awards where you go online and vote. All right, so this is not TikTok's first award show. It's the first award show in the US. They have done other things in other countries like Germany, Mexico, Korea, and others in the past. So this is not their first award show. It's the first one in the United States. So what do we think of that? TikTok is doing all this stuff.
Okay, so we don't go to the award shows that we have here now. Why would we? Okay.
Remember, TikTok users are.
Okay, yeah.
So there you go.
Oh, Francine.
All right. Okay, so back to AI. Sora for Android. They come out the app, the app version, because remember it was iOS. So they had nearly 500,000 installs on its first day. Remember, Sora 2 came out. It was only available in the US and Canada and was invite only. It was iOS. It wasn't Android. Now it's on Android. They have, it is flying through. Everybody's downloaded and they're using it. That means more AI junk videos
that we got to swim through.
Yeah. So Sora on Android is available in the US, Canada, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Thailand, and Vietnam. And also OpenAI dropped the invite requirement, I believe it was October 29th. Because remember, it was invite only. Now it's not. They dropped that requirement. And remember with Sora, users use text prompts or their Cameo face to make videos using prompts. These videos can include the users and their friends animated by AI. That's the cameos. Videos are scrollable in a TikTok like vertical feed so you can see what other people are making with the technology. So that is what's going on. And I have one more.
Before you go there, there's something else that is happening with Sora. There will be paid tiers.
Yes.
Coming. So, because if you hit a limit, which sometimes happen when you're creating your thing, they say, well, this is going to cost you some extra
cost.
Yeah. And so I think I had, because I was working on a project and because I don't use Sora for the AI slop, but I was using it to animate something. And it said, well, you've used up everything. If you want 5 more credits or whatever, you have to pay $10 or whatever to get more.
Right. And I believe there's even a smaller limit for free, because if you have the Chat GPT plus you get a certain amount. I think the free, if you were on the free level, there was a certain, so you probably hit that wall where, you know, for the paid level, and then the pro, they get even more. So yes, that has to be paid for.
They're going to come out with an actual, paid stuff. I was like, oh.
Okay, so I have one more. This is going to be I'm going to show it to you. And let me, so let's now, we haven't talked about this app in quite a while. Can everybody see that? Can we go back to this? Right. Can we see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So remember, what's it called? Spill. I think that's Spill. Spill was the app started by a Twitter employee that 3 years ago, when everything happened and Elon Musk came in and bought it and cleared house and kicked everybody out. And Spill was that app that it is geared toward Black culture. Anybody can sign up, but it's a community thing. So it's been 3 years, and I saw this post. This was 2 days ago. This is their Instagram handle is called Spill Mob. So he said, on this day 3 years ago, I was liberated from my job along with 3,000 of my colleagues at Twitter. Today, I'm proud to share that Spill Mob has just had its first ever cash flow positive quarter. We have officially crossed 1 million in annualized revenue, and we've been named one of the essential social apps by Apple. Now, I never downloaded Spill.
I never heard of Spill.
We talked about it in the beginning 3 years ago when everybody was leaving X and people were going to Fanbase. We talked about Fanbase a lot because that's the one that got the most noise. Spill was one I remember that people, were like, where are we going? We're going to Spill. We're going to Fanbase. We're going to something else. We're going to something else.
Anyway.
I downloaded Spill and I have Spill, but it's not that there's anything wrong with it. It just doesn't seem to be my crowd there, which is okay.
See,
and I haven't looked in a long time because I don't have time to sit there.
Do you still have it, or is it
I do still have Spill. I do still have.
Okay. So when you get a chance, go in if you don't mind. I never downloaded it because it was something about the terms of service. I don't remember what it was, but again, so many apps, so much time, and it's like I have been, like you said, you're like, what is Spill? I didn't know what it was, and it's thriving. So according to the founder, this is the founder. He's saying that they are cash positive now 3 years later. So
I'm so glad.
Post, let me get the link to this post if you guys want to read it. Because it just came up because I was like, we talked about Fanbase a lot, and it was like, we tried, and it just did not work.
But you know what? Okay, so this is like spilling the tea, is what?
Yes.
Okay, that.
Yeah.
And
yes.
The interface looks really nice.
Okay. Did you join?
No. Because it says get, and I'm like, okay.
Like Dr. Tati said, it's a certain type of community. It is.
Okay.
We talked about Fanbase being the.
It's not as deplorable as Fanbase.
Yes. Okay. So it's not deplorable, and I think we said Fanbase. Well, I might have said Fanbase is like, you go into that house party in the house next door, the cars on blocks, and you got a pit bull out, all of those. They got the junk stuff on the dog that's arguing, and you go, this is not me. I don't want to be here, and you leave.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the places where the people that have been on Spill for the past 3 years, they're happy. Now, I tried to find some more searching about it. I can't find any stuff. This is from the founder, so it's still going. It's still being updated. It's still being updated on the App Store. It was updated 6 days. I always look at that 6 days ago. The app was updated, so that means they have money. They are working. Now, how many users they have, I don't know. But it was one of those places that when the Twitter apocalypse happened and people are I'm leaving, and they did leave in waves. Some people are still on X, and I call it Twitter.
Okay,
X,
well,
whatever.
I'm looking at the reviews.
Mm-hmm.
The latest review was May 14th, or it says most helpful. And because it has 4 out of 6 stars. Let's go with most recent. October 28th. Oh, they only got 2 stars on that one.
Okay. So I think this I'm not sure. I have to see if I can find some data on it, some numbers, but I think this is like a millennial group.
I don't know. Still, it's not about trying to impress the masses with your latest ideas about building a community, supporting. Okay, that's October. And they came out in May 4th. Okay. Somebody said pudding and tang. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
So they, that's what's going on. I just thought of it and I said, well, let me do a quick search. And I found that. So I didn't download it. I'm not going to download it only because I have app fatigue. And I said I have apps on here that I'm like,
I need to go through and curate.
Me too. I'm like, what is that? And I tap on it, especially on my iPad, I tap on it and it says, this app is no longer. So I was like, oh my God, delete.
Yeah, some of these are talking about it crashed and did some other stuff. Okay. I feel at home on Spill. I feel at home on Spill. Okay, I don't know.
Okay, good for you.
But this was when the exodus was happening. With Elon. Remember, Elon had the kitchen sink, and he walked in and he got rid of all these people, and 3,000 and gone, and 10,000 people were gone, and if you wanted to stay there, you had to sleep on the floor, and
it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, this is the individual that the board has voted to give $1 trillion compensation.
$1 trillion.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So this was one of the places that people congregated, leaving X. So some people are still on X, and I think an AI community that I look at, they're still over there, but it's a community. So I don't go to the feed. I just go to look at the community because they're within the community talking about stuff. So, but pretty much people have moved on to Threads or wherever, Reddit or wherever they want to go. So, but that was one of the places I was like, remember. I was like, what are they doing?
Well,
that's what they're doing.
This is don't cry over spilled apps.
You deserve applause for that.
Yeah, so that's what's going on with Spill. I'm not a part of this Spill world, and so that's it. And that's your social media news and update for the week.
Thank you. Okay, Dr. Tachi, you have the floor.
Fantastical. Okay, well, let's get right into it. Let's talk about this, the ad, the Coke ad, shall we? So the person who created the holiday Coke ad said that it takes more creativity than you realize, which I could agree with, right? So
yes, I agree.
Right?
I do too.
I agree. Yeah.
So Jason Zeta is the person that is the company behind or the people that are the company behind the Ansar ad is called Secret Level, and he is with Secret Level. So he says that he understands the criticism, but also says that AI video has humans behind it too. Were we just not talking about this?
Yes, because if it's an ad, it has to come from an advertising agency, which has people and have creative directors. So,
right, and you know this because you worked in the ad.
I know. I'm one of the top 3.
You see this?
And it had to have somebody had to give the AI instruction. So
and animate that whole thing. Somebody had to piece together the film, all of that.
So you come up with, and Terry can expand on this. there is a concept, right, that is developed. So
yeah, there's meeting. Okay, wait, just real quick because it's on my mind. There's meetings with the client. They set all kind of meetings with the client. There's this and that, and they get a concept and they do this and they go into teams, go into different teams, and this team works on that storyboard, and they storyboard, and they internally meet, and then they meet and they decide which one is the best one they're gonna present to the client, but they also have a backup. Then they have a client meeting. They have several client meetings, and they say, "This is our ad." Da 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 da. The client says, "I like it. I don't like it." They go back to the drawing. It's all that back and forth before it even, it does. They don't just throw it out. It's a whole bunch of things that happen, and it's a process. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. That's a very nice foundation, because that shows that there's a fair amount of work that goes into this. The difference is the execution.
Yes.
So whether or not you get real actors to be in the commercial or your ads, whether or not you animate it using computer animation or whatever, or you choose to go the AI route, the point is there was a concept ahead of time that was agreed upon. You work it out, and then you work on the execution part of it, right?
Yes. There's a creative director that says they have internal staff meetings and they decide which direction they're going to go with. And the creative director is the boss and says, we're going to go with this track. Team A works on this. Now, as a backup, because the client may not like concept A, we're going to have concept B. And this team B, is going to work on it. And you're both going to work on it together. And then it's like a competition kind of thing. So if you watch Mad Men, that's the old version of it, but that's kind of like how it works.
Yes. So go ahead.
And so Coca-Cola paid for someone to come up with the ad. And I'm thinking they don't care that the person used AI and was able to do what they needed to do, right? Coca-Cola hired the ad company. The ad company came up with the ads, and Coke just wanted the ad done.
As long as the vision is executed, I don't think they give a good care whether or not.
They don't, because they have brand. They have a brand. I forgot the word, but it's the brand stands for this, and everybody in the advertising agency, the company knows Coca-Cola stands for this and this, and there are things that have to be hit in a commercial for Coca-Cola to like it.
Mm-hmm.
They have to like it, because they're going, I don't like that. What else you got? And then Team B comes up, and it's something different. And it might be Team C, might be 3 teams. It depends. And then if Coca-Cola doesn't like any of those, they go, well, you got to go back to the drawing board. And they go back and they come up with another. It's all concept until the client is happy. Coca-Cola has to be happy with it. Coca-Cola has a sign off on it.
And Fred says that that's what big money is for. Coke doesn't want to have to think.
Oh, you can bring it up.
Nathan, you handle it. Yeah, that's the bottom line, right? So it doesn't matter. The thing that's different is the execution. So we can guess who's upset about this. It's not Coke. No. It's not the ad agency. It's the creative class. The ones who think that their jobs are being taken by AI. Those are the people that are upset about it, because frankly, this is, a little bit of a cost savings for them to be able to do it this way, this quickly, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So the Robert King, who's the creator of The Good Wife and Evil, posted this on X, said that the quote animal-centric animation worked better as Zootopia. And he also suggested that Disney might want to think about suing Coke in addition to Midjourney, which is probably not going to happen. Mm-hmm. So again, this is a kind of, they view AI as anti-Hollywood, right? So somebody else called it stupid, ugly, trash. Another illustrator called for a boycott. So we're hearing backlash, not necessarily from consumers or the people, because at the end of the day, what do they want? Just Coke. And to be entertained for me.
It's animated. There's no people in it.
They don't care.
Coca-Cola has been doing animated for a while. I think we talked about one where they had the bear and something, the Coca-Cola bear, the winter bear that's all animated.
And this time they're using AI for the animation. So
Yes.
what is the deal? It's still a bear that ain't real.
Exactly. I again, if we go back to this same argument we heard, remember with Titanic and how there were like scant background actors when we looked at the scene where they were waving goodbye to the Titanic. That was all CGI. Every single one of those people standing on the dock waving goodbye to this fake Titanic, that was CGI. So obviously there are people that, oh, well, that could have been work for actors. They don't want to pay you for that. So I think they don't. Let's just be honest and be real. So you're fighting a battle that they're not trying to fight against you anyway. They don't care. You could be upset as you like. What we're going to do, or what they like to say here, what we finna do is still use AI to create what we want to create. So you're fighting a losing battle. Better you become proficient in AI and then do what you want with it, meshed and mixed with what you do. And I'm not saying that their argument is fallow. I'm not saying that at all, because there is the real thing of AI only works because it's been trained on human models, which means somewhere down the line, your art may have gotten caught up in the mix, and this is how it trained itself. So yes,
the smart money, I don't know what they did in the background. The smart money would have been to not use, say, an open AI, open ChatGPT, but to have an in-house LLM based on the history of Coca-Cola and their brand model and their previous commercials.
They may have. I'm going to share the imagery because it looks like a Coke commercial to me.
So if and I'm thinking they might have done that it would have been, you don't start this from scratch. You say, hey, there's already animated Coca-Cola commercials. Let's take that and create the model.
And this is what it looks like. This looks like Coke stuff.
What's wrong with this? Oh, are they mad because this is an AI person?
Are they mad because Tyrone is drinking the Coke?
They're like a real guy to me.
I don't know what they're complaining about. This looks like Coke.
I have to watch it. Yeah. So here's the deal. The bottom line is Coke goes, we want to sell Coca-Cola for holidays. And WP, I think WPP has this, they go bet the conglomerate, because there's like 3 conglomerates and they have little boutique advertising agencies. Because I know you mentioned Secret, what was the name of it? The advertising agency.
Secret Level.
Umbrella probably under, there's probably 3 or 4 levels, and then WPP owns it. So that's how it works. So they have little boutique agencies. But it's either IPG, which is Interpublic, WPP, and there's another one. And they were always buying each other out, so it's just a mess. But the bottom line is Coke says we want to sell more soda during the holidays.
And they looks like they trained on their own stuff.
That would have been the smart model, because you don't want to reinvent the wheel. Coca-Cola is a 100-year-old brand, 100 and something. So you would take all of that, like I said before, you take the data and you train the model. This is how we did animated commercials. We want to do an updated one for 2025. The AI says bet and makes it.
So the Hollywood Reporter, they did an interview with him. So I want to give you some of what they have there. So they asked a question. Do you understand the criticism of people who say that the brand new way is just a repurposing of the old way, that LLMs are not really a departure, just a rehash? And he says this: there's a lot of human artistry. The new ad was done by 20 people. There was a lot of hand-drawn character designs that went into it, a lot more sketching and world building. And then they ask more than last year, but less than an ad like this would normally have, right? He
Yes.
says, yes, but animation is always all about artistry. AI could do some things well, but it can't do everything well.
Right.
There's a lot more that goes into it than people think in terms of hand-drawn characters and animating them, and then all the details that go into a production. It's
Yeah.
not just saying a series of words and pressing buttons. I hope
Yes.
people can see that. We do a lot of fine-tuning, a lot of very specific things to make the animation just like traditional animation. I have a 20-year-old daughter going to school for 3D animation. She's my toughest critic. Human creativity is at the core of what we do, like this Coca-Cola ad or the Will.i.am piece.
Okay.
Which
So
is
so
another thing
that
level did.
that kind of confirms it that of course they would have real people draw or computer or 3D model that this is what we wanted to look like. And instead of doing the whole thing, do you remember who was that? Aaron Magruder that had the
the Boondocks.
it took so long to get a new season because everything had to be, they sent it
He
out
was
to the
drawing it
animators,
by
and
hand.
yes, drawn by hand, and it was took so long. Even the Simpsons and stuff like that. Now it's all 3D model computer, and combined with the LLM that does it much faster. But is it the same process? Yeah, because somebody's drawing it.
It is.
Fred says, I worked with artists in newspaper who created art on paper and scanned. I warned that about starting creating in software. They scoffed at him, then begged him to train them when they got laid off.
See? That's what happens with people who don't have future vision.
Yeah.
He said, I can see actors getting mad because they could have gotten paid. People could have built sets and yada, yada. Oh, new app. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. They're upset. But so did you say so were the people that shoveled behind horses? You can stay mad that you don't have a shoveling behind horse job anymore or learn automotive.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, and it has to be said this way. And I don't want to say hard, in a cold, fat kind of way. See where the train is heading. It's been 3 years. Don't you see where it's going? Instead of going, we're going to stop this train. No. Let's listen. The lady that wrote the song, she took 4 months and said, I'm going to train myself on these AI tools, and I don't know what's going to happen, but I got the talent of writing songs.
Listen, right now I am taking an AI filmmaking class because I'm like an intensive, and I'm like, damn, there's a lot involved in this. So it's not, you still have to build the world. You still have to have a concept and an idea. And as he was saying, AI can't do everything. You know how many mistakes AI makes still?
Hands.
Yes. You still have to go back in. I'm like, okay, why does this person have 3 eyes? Let me go back and fix this. Okay.
You tell it not to do, and it does. Is this? But you got
it makes a lot of spelling mistakes too.
Oh, huge. My thing is, don't rely on AI for wording because it still doesn't have it quite right. Sometimes it gets it, but even sometimes simple things, I'm like, that says cat. You couldn't do that right?
Right. And it's so easy to go in Canva and do your text.
Exactly. Just put it in Canva or some other program and then do the text. You don't, they even have like the word art type of thing so that you can bend it so that it looks realistic to whatever sign or whatever it is. You don't have to rely on AI for that. But the point is, it still makes so many mistakes that you have to go back in and make sure that this looks accurate. Because what happens is if something is not right or not accurate, it takes people outside of the world of the story and they start paying attention to the technical glitches and problems. That's part of the beauty of having good production, because I know I'm a production person. Fred is a production person, and we're both sticklers for good production. But Also, we realize that the average person may not care as much if it's a TikTok or if it's on Instagram. But the moment you have something that jars their attention away from the story, like I see a microphone hanging in the shot, or I can't hear you in the sound, any technical glitches that removes my attention from your message is a problem. So there is a definite, delicate balance. And right now, AI still has a lot of technical glitches.
It's not perfect.
It is not perfect.
It is not at all, but it is a shortcut in the process. Like I said, with the animated, the Simpsons or the Boondock, it took a year or two for them to get a season. Now you can do it with the tools, which makes the process easier, but the story has to be there. The concept, and it has to make sense. It's who asked for this. It has to make sense.
Fred says, who cloned Tyrone? Who designed the black guy drinking the soda? Black AI matters.
Agree with that. I agree with that.
Yes.
Right. And then he says it's a cold digital world. Then he has a comment. He says, when using Gemini and I upload an actual person's face and uses this, and it uses the same generic black dude face.
It does that. It does.
And I'm like,
Yes. And I don't see them using the same Pollyanna. It's always whenever you have something. I'm like, wait a minute, though. Why are there triplets of the same individual here?
Right.
And you upload what you want, and it still it overrides it. And you up like Fred said, you can put a like, this is what I want the person to look like. It overrides it. The barbershop with the haircuts.
Right.
That is AI. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And part of the thing we have to realize is, we've been saying this, AI is trained on actual models of things. This is why we have a problem with black, what is it? Not clip art, black, help me. The
graphics?
Graphics properties. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The assets.
And you gotta work. We're gonna get to a point where it will be better, because it's always learning. So if we do more,
right,
it gets into the. So that's what I always do. I always do ethnic stuff or black or this or that, because I'm like, I want that to be in there, because the next person can come along, and when they ask for something, it's gonna look realistic.
It's going to have models for that. Thank you.
I'm not going to accept what it gives me. I'm going to go, no, this and that and that and that. So
and people, and see, you can't be lazy doing that. TJ, when you create your images, I'm like, man, she did a really good job. But you spent time crafting that avatar.
Do this, click, do this, click, change that one word, hair, change the hair, change to this, click. I mean, a lot of people don't want to do that. Now I understand that, but I like doing that. Like you said, you look at something and you see it's out of place. The average person is not going to see that one hair sticking up, but I see that hair sticking up. I'm like, I don't want that hair. Now, do I want to spend time telling it to get rid of the hair, or do I want to take it over to Canva and take that little
yourself?
Hair?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so AI by itself is not something that you can rely on. It is a cooperative effort between AI platforms and other platforms where you can also manipulate, because it will just be faster. Sometimes I'm like, you know what, forget it. I'm just going, because I told you once to put words on this, and you came back and you put the same words. I'm just going to take it into Canva and remove it myself. It's faster than telling you what to do, because you're not listening.
Yes. And see, that's because we are really, looking at the skill of it, where I'm not putting anybody down, but the average person is going to take it and run with it. Oh, that's good enough. But if you've grown up with Photoshop, if you've grown up with Premiere Pro, if you've grown up with Final Cut, you're going, okay, I need to get this precise. That's because you come from the world precision.
Exactly. And that's the thing. But again, it's a delicate balance, because I know so many people who will use Canva has an editor in it for video. CapCut is an editor. There are all sorts of editors that I don't like, because I'm used to using Premiere Pro, where I can get a very fine.
You know what to do.
a
Yeah.
very fine to the millisecond cut where I'm like, oh, I could take a little more off and it'll be right. Bam. You can't do that in some of these other. Yes, just a tiny.
Just to find to you, and you spend time. Just find. I'm like, I should leave this alone, but I'm like, and then
I'm like, let me stretch out the timeline a little more because I know that little glitch is there and I can take it out.
So do you do a little edit and then you save, and you do a little edit and then you save, and you do, because you don't want to lose what you've done. But the average person isn't going to do that, and that's fine. That's fine. But we're gonna spend time in that thing, shaving and editing and cutting.
Oh, go ahead, Dr. Tati.
No, I was just about to read what they said. I didn't know that. I'm not surprised, but I did. You know what?
Yeah,
because they just had a Canva event, so that's one of the things that they announced. The free graphic suite. Okay, I have to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. Wow, giving Adobe a listen, because let me tell you, if I need for somebody to come up with something that is DaVinci Resolve, and that's free. But I'm just so used to always using Adobe that I'd have to, and I know how to use DaVinci, but I need to like spend more time with it because I'm like, the moment I can get rid of Adobe Suite, bye. And I only keep it because I have the educational
right. Yeah, you have,
and it's cheaper than having Adobe Pro by itself.
We don't even want to talk about the price of that thing.
Right.
Exactly. So because I have access to the educational account, that's why I use it. But the moment I'm able to get, I'm done, because there's nothing really for me that Adobe has that I can't do with other things except for video editing.
Right. And it's just because you know the process in Premiere Pro. You can open up and you're in and out. Instead of, okay, now I got to take the time to learn how to do that steps in DaVinci or in whatever else tool. It's just about the timing and learning.
Yeah, and Fred says the Affinity Publisher is equal to Photoshop's InDesign and Illustrator. I got tired of doing brain surgery every day just to get a picture. So
yeah, you just go. There's a need for all of these tools, but it's like we said, if you want to do a quicken something, you just go to Canva, blah blah blah, knock it out.
Right.
Something more.
It's so markedly different because I remember, obviously, I have Photoshop and use Photoshop, but it was not a quick process. So if you wanted to remove the background before, you had to sit there and pixel by pixel remove it. God forbid you took away too much.
Oh my God.
It's too much. So I still have things that I use that I did. I was like, oh, we're not getting rid of this because I took time to get rid of the background this way.
I'm glad you brought that up because I saw somebody on Threads yesterday that said the Canva background eraser tool, oh my God, runs circles around trying to do it in Photoshop, even though they made it easier. Canva is clicking you. That's why I'm saying there's a use for each one. How much time do I want to spend? Okay, if I go to Photoshop, yes, they have they have an easier way, but it's still not Canva. It's not Canva eraser. It's not even Adobe Express has a better background eraser tool than Photoshop.
I was like, oh, and you just click and it goes. I was like, okay.
It's so clean. So it's like Dr. Tati said, if you want to spend the time and, well, let me precisely click around all of the hair and Photoshop and Canva.
No, see, and that also impedes what you're able to do. If I'm sitting there, click, 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 I'm never going to be a millionaire, and that is my goal.
I don't want to do that.
You can't be a millionaire when you're sitting there clicking pixels. Nonsense.
So I'm not. Listen, yes, Canva for social media posts. I don't need a diamond cutter. I just need a scissor. For social media.
And the thing is, what you're doing most of the time is really it's the first time you're doing it. You set up the template the way you want it one time, and then you swap out whatever it is that you don't need. You have, for like my client, I already know what he needs and what it is. And maybe every once in a while, because I get bored, I will switch up the look of something, right?
I do that. That's what I do.
Yes, but because there are so many things, and then there are templates that you can kind of make your own. So my thing is, even if I start something with a template, it never looks like it's a template by the time I'm finished.
It's social media. It's not. I don't need Photoshop to make social media posts. I don't, because of time and the ease of the tools. Social media. Nobody's doing that. You got 3 seconds, if that. So I gotta stop them with the 3 seconds. I gotta stop them.
See, and Fred says that he used Photoshop when it did not have layers. So here's the thing. When I was an undergrad, I took a graphic communications class. We did not have Photoshop existed, but we didn't have access to it. What did we have to do? We had to cut what we wanted and layer it ourselves physically, go photocopy it on a color. It was a lot. So from there to where we are now, the thing is, I was like, the time that I was going to school in media was a heck of a time to go to school in media, because everything was manual. And this is the funny thing. It's not that digital and all of this did not exist. It certainly did, because I also took computer animation, but
that was for the select few. That one for everybody.
If you were taking that class that did that. And the point is, a lot of universities were still very old school, and they still are very old school in terms of the way they want you to learn things, because we went through hazing, so must you. And so you're going to sit there and cut out these things with your X-Acto knife, place them, use rulers, take a picture of it, and all of that. Now, but the thing I'm glad for that kind of thing for is that it's taught me to be very precise when I do things digitally. That's why I can get shooting done quickly, because I learned on celluloid film and I learned on video, the reel-to-reel editing. So I didn't have time to spend $30 for 3 minutes of film every time somebody wanted to laugh, because I was like, this is not Hollywood. We are not laughing in this unless you want to help me pay for the. So you learn to be very conservative with the amount of film and the amount of materials you use, because it costs. So I bring that same attitude here. This is why you don't see me doing takes and takes and takes when I do, because I've learned takes and takes and takes money. And time. And that's the good thing about learning the way that I did. I'm sure Fred can attest to that too.
He said he worked in college newspaper and then scanned it, PageMaker, Quark, and then InDesign came in. And he says, I know the history.
Yes, sir.
Mini DV to cards and video. Yeah.
Yes.
So, and I'm just going to say it again.
Oh my God, yeah.
Computer CGI, computer generated graphics, that's AI. And I'm saying that because people think AI is not, it hasn't been here. This is AI. Having to go when you got the digital tools to be able to create a movie or to be able to create video.
It's just evolution. It's just the evolution of technology.
This is AI, and we've been using it.
If you break it down, it's a 1 and a 0. Remember that. It's binary. It's a 1 and a 0. That's what it started. That's where it started.
So we've been doing this.
Now you have computers that do quintuple something computing. It's so fast.
Yeah. So I love this. But let me get 2 more stories.
Okay, yes.
No, I love the conversation. That's why I'm like, let's just keep it going. Yeah. But so I'll give you 2 more stories, and I'll yield my time so that we can get out on time. Let's talk a little bit about
real quick. I just thought of something about no. These kids will not know the pain of booting up a computer with floppy disks.
You're trying to have us go down another rabbit hole.
Okay, sorry. Good.
That's okay.
It just popped in my head.
No, absolutely. So from the days of old to what's happening now. We're still talking about the Disney YouTube standoff. And guess what? It seems to be hurting ABC's ratings. You know, that's what happens when you don't think about the consequences of what you're doing. So, as we know, there's a blackout of Disney networks on YouTube TV, and it's probably affecting the ratings for those networks, according to the Hollywood Reporter. So, going back, there was a carriage dispute between Disney and YouTube TV, and that led to ABC, ESPN, and other Disney outlets going dark on Halloween on YouTube, which is October 31st for those of you who may not know. So YouTube TV has about 10 million subscribers, and they're among the larger of the multi-channel providers in the US. They cover about 8% of TV homes. Not cable, right? So the ratings for ABC's primetime college football on November 1st fell off significantly from the season average, but it could be attributable to a number of things, including airing opposite Game 7 of the World Series as much as anything else. Because college football games on CBS and NBC also suffered that night. So that may not be a direct correlation, but it probably has something to do with it. However, evidence from Monday and Tuesday suggests that the dispute might be pulling viewer numbers down for two of ABC's biggest shows, Monday Night Football and Dancing with the Stars. So we all, it's all fun and games until this starts to affect you. I don't know the deals or the deal or the numbers to all of these things in terms of what the problems why they can't come to the table and make an agreement. Go ahead, Francine.
Because Disney wanted to up the rate that they were going to charge YouTube TV. And YouTube TV said no, because they didn't want to pass it on to the consumer.
Subscribers, right.
And Disney wanted to just do that. And I'm like, you can't watch NBA basketball because it's now on ESPN. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And I'm not going to get YouTube TV and another subscription so I can watch that. And I'm paid for the NBA League Pass too. I'm like, somebody needs to fix this.
And see, no, that's exactly correct. When I say I don't know why, I'm saying I don't know why they can't come to the table. And yes, we do know it's money, but the problem is companies that are publicly traded are always beholden to the shareholder, and they're always trying to get the most amount of money for the shareholder, because if you look at it, both of you are powerhouses. You do not need to come to a standoff because of this over a few dollars. You really don't have to. So now you're risking, I don't know if that's wise to risk 10 million. To you, it may not be a lot, but that's a lot when it comes to subscribers. You really want to risk that? So I don't know why you still maintain your stubbornness when it comes to that type of thing, because I have not looked at what the numbers are in terms of your price per share right now, what's happening. And I know you have a lot going on, Disney, because you have layoffs. There's a lot happening. But it also follows that if the industry itself, and this is many industries, but right now we're talking about media industries and television, etc. If the entertainment and media industries weren't so greedy and intent on making millions and millions and millions, this would not be a problem right now. You don't have to have this. You really don't.
Exactly.
I know it seems simplistic, but you really don't. But since you have it, and this is the model that you set up for yourselves, good for you, have at it. So
it's greed.
And they I think Disney is thinking that people are going to rush over and get on Disney Plus to do that. I'm not doing that.
That is their price has gone up. I'm waiting to cut that loose as soon as this child outgrows this stage. I just like,
And there's not anything on there worth watching.
And this is where you have to really come down off of your high horse and eat some humble pie. You don't have a lot over there. You think that people are, oh, well, they could just come over here. Who wants you? Who wants you? And I don't mean to be mean, but I do mean to be mean, because I think you need some humbling. Nobody wants that.
Fred says YouTube TV creeps up $8 per year. They haven't gone up on us this year, and I think they're not trying to do that because people will balk and leave. He says YouTube TV pays less than the major cable companies like Spectrum. Cable is not quite dead, but
it's a dying art.
Yeah.
And that's their own thing. That's greed.
And Fred says he believes that YouTube TV will start squeezing money from the cash cow YouTube. Watch the trend in paying lower quality creators. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna.
So when we are not to belabor the point, but when we say lower quality creators, are you talking about technical quality? Are you talking about content? Let me know exactly what you mean by that, please. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, continue, Dr. Taji.
Yeah. So that's what's happening over there. I'll keep you abreast of when that happens. So I'll give you one more story, and then
he was talking tech to X content.
Oh, okay. Tech to X content. Tech to content. Okay. Across the board, I guess. And that's a fair point. But again, you know, I think we have to realize that we come to this from a very particular point of view. And yeah, good is good. But I think the concepts of what is popular and what people want to see change over time. So the model of, yeah, people want a story of beginning, middle, and end, but that model of that is really Hollywood and media prescribed is changing. So what may to us may not be the greatest thing, may be the greatest thing since AI sliced bread to a Gen Zer or Gen Alpha. So it changes. And my thing is, like, I think there's room in the space for everyone. For the longest time, Hollywood told, you know, people like us that there's no room for you because they, you know, that if you went to approach them with something like, yeah, whatever. Now, part of that is because they're risk adverse and they work with who they know. I can understand that. But for the first time, we don't need them to distribute things. And so now what they're seeing is how popular social media personalities are with people, and they're looking to give them deals and things like that because they're trying to make money. It's not because they saw the light. They're trying to make money. So, and Fred also says he has another thing.
He says they will start requiring creators to upgrade equipment and improve content to stay monetized. He says that's coming. All right.
You know what? And that could very well be true, but I'll say this. And there are a lot of YouTubers who are producing stellar quality content, but if they have somebody who has like 20 million subscribers and they don't care, YouTube is not going to care either. They don't care because that's still making money for them. So it doesn't matter. They're still getting AdSense money or, you know, money from ad revenue. So they don't care.
Right.
That's what's turning the industry on the head. That for the longest time, the narrative was you had to use this kind of camera, you have to use this type of microphone, you need to shoot in this aspect ratio, you need to do this, and that. And then came vertical video, which is the language of social media, and people have just gotten so used to vertical video. Now, that's not the language of film necessary or the language of theatrical release, but that's the language of the common people. And guess what? What's paying? What the common people want. So
right.
I think while it's all wonderful and coming out of the traditional world is wonderful, I think there can be a marriage for that. So they may very well try and say they need to do that, but I can guess they're not going to care when it comes to somebody who's bringing in money anyway. Keep doing what you do, boo-boo. That's exactly what they'll say. Oh, you're saying the ones with like 5,000 subscribers or less? Well, that could be, but then what's the incentive for them? Because if they have 5,000 subscribers or less, what you're going to do is just alienate people from, okay, if I have to do this, I can't afford it. I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to go somewhere else where it's not going to matter. And then you're cutting down on the amount of creators, which cuts down on the amount of ad revenue they get. They need you to be there. Even the people that are putting up slop, they're making money off of every single person who puts content on there. Everybody, whether they shoot on a Red or an Alexa, an Ari, or they shoot on a Fisher-Price camera. They are making money off of everybody. So it's not to their financial interest to tell people, oh, well, you have to upgrade your equipment, because they're just going to leave. Oh, 50,000. Still, like, I'm less than 50,000. Now, I happen to use decent equipment, but tell me that I have to use X, Y, Z and see how fast I leave. I'm not upgrading to, and especially if I'm not making money off of it. How many creators, it's only a certain percentage of YouTube creators that are making money that sustains them, that is actually full-time money for them. So if I'm not making enough money and now you're putting parameters, I'm just going to leave.
And
then
they will leave the viewing, because the people who are not making the money, they watch.
Yeah.
And they're the ones watching the ads and that type of stuff. And so, and then they will leave. Oh, no, y'all telling me I can't play unless I come in with a certain size camera? Okay, they're not going to even stick around to watch.
No, because then they'll also get salty that you made them jump ship. They'll be mad at that. Oh, you know what? I will never watch. So, and that here's the thing. When you start doing things like that, that provides other opportunities for people or platforms to come in and swoop in and take that spot.
Yep.
To fill in the gap of the ball that you dropped. They will catch that ball and run with it. So I don't disagree, Fred, that could be something that they possibly do, because they really are trying to be the quote new TV. More people watch YouTube on television sets than television content at this point. We know that. So they're really trying to be the new TV. But in that, I think they have to realize that they are distinctly different from television and the television of old that we know. And they are open to vertical content. They are open to content that may not be as sharply edited. They're open to things that have some, because it's YouTube. That's kind of the thing. But I'm not disagreeing. That could be a way that they go, but the populace will speak when that happens. So you know what? I yield my time. It's 1 o'clock.
Well, we want to say thank you to everybody, Fred, and all of you who are watching live and on the replay. This has been an interesting week. AI has taken center stage, as it always does, for these last few months, and it's only going to get faster. And I think we need to stay up. That's why you come here to Tech Life Weekly, so that we can help you figure it all out, and have a place where you can ask questions, learn about new platforms and apps and things of that nature, so that you can stay ahead of the curve and take the hassle out of your hustle. We will see you next week. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.